Live again, twice in 10 minutes. This is a sudden glut of Periscopes from me. But I'm here with Phil Willcox.
Hi everybody.
Your Twitter handle?
At Phil Willcox, with 2 L's.
Nice and
In
straightforward.
Willcox.
Yeah, not in Phil. Yeah. And Phil's going to tell us a little bit about the session you're running this afternoon.
Yeah, so I'm doing one of myself and Julie Dryborough, otherwise known as Fuchsia_Blue on Twitter, are running a Street Wisdom session this afternoon. Now, Street Wisdom is one of the free fringe events, so it's where people come along with the opportunity to think, which is something that rarely happens, I think, at the conferences, and this one in particular, because it's just like a barrage of information. So what Jules and I are aiming to do is to give a bit of space in the middle of it to allow people some time to think about some stuff that's important to them, but also do that in a really structured way and in a way that uses the wonderful city of Manchester to its credit.
Cool. So, one of the things, because I've been involved in Street Wisdom, I've run a Street Wisdom session with Kev White, and we had some really positive feedback from it. I've also done it as a participant and found it really revelational about the issue that I went to think about. So just tell us a little bit about how it actually works, because some people are a little bit put off by the idea of, well, do I have to keep up with people? Do we go off in a big... Just talk us through the structure of it.
So there's three kind of... So there's 3 sections to it, I guess. Section 1 is where we start to get you tuned up. So we start to get you kind of in tune with the environment and the context that we're in, where you have the opportunity to start to explore the street, but in a structured way, where we give you some prompts to go and look at. And then the second stage is called the quest, which is where you do your thinking about your question. So if you go to Street Wisdom, you need to bring a question with you, not like a big question like how do I solve all the issues with humanity, not something as small as where should I go for dinner, but something that's kind of in between, and it's something that's percolating around. Now for me, I found that my question changed actually as I did my quest. I went out with question 1, I ended up with a different one. And then the third section is where we come back together and share. So
the first 2 sections are on your own.
Yeah, they're on your own, absolutely. So you do the individual tasks that you do first of all that are structured, you go off on your own and follow the instructions. Second one is again on your own, go off and do that, and then the third one is where we come back together as a whole collective, and we then start to share and discuss some of the stuff that came out of it and what came out for you. And the expectation is that you share what you're comfortable with sharing, and you talk about what you're comfortable talking about. So you can come along and just listen, or you can come along and take part in the discussion. Either way, it's a nice safe thing, and it's also typically done in a bar, so you can also have a drink if you'd like one of those too.
That tends to work very well. Great. And you're running your session this afternoon?
Yes, starting at 2:30. So if you're watching this and you're at CIPD 15, if you want to come and join us, we'll be outside on the steps of Manchester Central at 2:30, and you can have the best 3 hours that you'll have today.
Absolutely. And if you are not here today, Street Wisdom does run in cities around the UK and the world.
Certainly does.
There is a Street Wisdom hashtag.
Streetwisdom.org is where you can go find them on the web, or you can do #StreetWisdom, or @StreetWisdom is their Twitter handle. And there's events that happen all over. So and there's a list of upcoming events, so you'll be able to find one that's kind of nearest you or on a date that could work for you.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your time, Phil.
Thank you very much.
Good session this afternoon.
Thanks, sir.
Cheers.
See ya.